السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. The next hadith وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, the messenger of Allah said, وَمَنْ سَلَكَ طَرِيقًا يَلْتَمِسُ فِيهِ عِلْمًا, that whoever traverses a path or sets out on a journey in order to seek knowledge, سَهَّلَ اللَّهُ لَهُ بِهِ طَرِيقًا إِلَى الْجنة, that Allah will make the path towards paradise easy for him. رواه Muslim. This hadith is narrated by Imam Muslim. So this is hadith that's in Kitab al-Ilm, in the chapter of knowledge. And we can understand why it's in the chapter of knowledge, because it's directly talking about the importance of seeking knowledge. And it's so simple that the Messenger of Allah said that anyone goes out to seek knowledge, Allah will make the path easy for them to paradise. So there's two things to learn here, two things to think about here. Number one is, what knowledge are we talking about? Because the Messenger of Allah just said ilm. What type of knowledge? So knowledge should be, because whenever the Messenger of Allah is speaking, he's speaking in connection with something to do with Islam. His primary role and mission was to teach the message of Islam, was to convey the teachings and the message of the Quran. So what we end up finding is, we end up finding two extremes when people tend to misinterpret the meaning of ilm in a hadith of the Messenger of Allah. One misinterpretation is that people will say, you know what, if you go and seek any type of knowledge, whatever it may be, if you learn engineering in order to build buildings, to make them safer, this is exactly what the Messenger of Allah was talking about. So any major you have, you go to university and you enroll, any major you have, that major and that knowledge that you have is going to be directly applicable to this type of knowledge that the Messenger of Allah was teaching. Now maybe by extension you can say all knowledge is beneficial. But this could not have been the meaning, because the Messenger of Allah is not just talking about any type of potential knowledge that's going to benefit humanity. Because when he speaks, that's what the scholars explain, when he speaks, he's talking about something that is connected to Islam. So this is on the one side. On the other side, there's another extreme. And they say, you know what? If you take a class of fiqh and you learn all the little details about how to pray and how to stand and how to do this, if you take a class of tafsir and you learn what this linguistic meaning of this word and this word has this other meaning and all of that, that's the type of knowledge that it's talking about. The knowledge that you get in an Islamic seminary somewhere is the type of knowledge that is being spoken about. And that also can't be the case, because during the lifetime of the Messenger of Allah, that wasn't the type of knowledge that was particularly being sought. Imam al-Ghazali, he discusses this point in his Kitab al-Ilm, in his book Ihya Ulumuddin. He says, when it comes to the type of knowledge that's being discussed in this hadith, so the people of fiqh will say that it refers to fiqh, and the people of tafsir will say it refers to tafsir, and the people of tasawwuf will say it refers to tasawwuf and purification of the heart. Because every person that specializes in some field, they're going to want to claim that this hadith applies to their own field. And he says, but the reality is, that's not what it is. What it is, in a nutshell, I won't make it too long, what it is what you need in order for you to apply Islam in your own life. So for example, we need to have an amount of knowledge that applies so that you can practice Islam. So for example, if you're going for Hajj, you need to know the amount of knowledge that you have in order to perform Hajj correctly. If you don't have that amount of knowledge and you're going and studying some other aspect of knowledge, you're going and studying zakah in detail, but you're going for Hajj, you need that knowledge of Hajj. If you're going to get married and you're studying the details of Hajj, but you don't know what to do about marriage in Islam, you don't have that knowledge to apply it, you're thinking the wrong thing. If you are in business and you don't have the knowledge of which transactions are allowed and which ones are not allowed, if you are in the medical field and you don't know anything about medical ethics and you're asked to perform this abortion and late-term abortion and all that, and you don't know what is allowed in vitro fertilization, do you discard the embryos or not, and you don't have that knowledge, it says the knowledge that is being referred to here is knowledge that's going to apply to you so that you can actually practice Islam correctly at the bare minimum level. So this is point number one. And point number two, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man salaka tariqan," that whoever goes out in search of knowledge. Today, knowledge has changed. People want knowledge to come to them, and it comes to them because you have YouTube and you watch videos, and the expectation and the entitlement is that it's supposed to come to you, but that you don't have to put much effort into it. But the reality is, the effort that you put to go and seek knowledge actually gives you some of the reward as well. It's like prayer. Some people would say, going to the masjid is really difficult. I wish the masjid could come to me. There's actually a mobile masjid, by the way. They invented a mobile masjid in Germany. The masjid comes to you. It's like a truck, giant truck. It drives up to you. I think you really shared this with me. It comes up to you, and then everyone in that community, they go inside the little mobile truck, and they pray inside the masjid. This idea of everything coming to us becomes problematic because we lose out on the desire of putting in effort to go seek it out. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand these things. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among the people who value, respect, and seek out knowledge. Ameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. Oh yeah, that's a reminder. Tonight